So how long have like when did you guys find out? Like when did you guys find me and find out about B&B?
It was in May of last year.
May of
And
last. Okay. And what has been like your experience? I'm sure you saw a lot of different like Airbnb programs out there. So what made you pull the trigger in something like B&B Know-How versus all the other ones out there?
well, for me, it was definitely the fact that someone that I knew had went through the program, which Roxanne.
Yep.
Because I told you I went through like a lot of demo classes with other B&B programs and stuff, and I mean, I think we were just a little hesitant to pull the trigger on them. But I think with this one, since it was someone familiar, and like after speaking with the team and stuff, it kind of convinced us to just go ahead and move forward with it.
And you guys had a little different journey, right? Because you guys had normally people will go in here, right? Either get funding, get a property super quick. You guys kind of went up and down due to the fact that there was like wasn't reporting, the credit, this, and that. And you guys were very patient, right? So that process I think took alone like 2 or 3 months just to get you guys the funding, right? And how much funding did we get you guys?
Roberto, it was 50,000 of the funding.
Yeah.
50?
So the funding issue was more so a little bit of a miscommunication with the funding team. But once we got connected with the right guys, the right channels, it went through fairly quickly. We're basically waiting on stuff we didn't really need to wait on. The credit profile was thick enough for us to move forward. We're just waiting to maximize even more. But we got 50K with I forgot his name, but you're the guy you connected us with.
Yeah, Jacob. Jacob.
Jacob, correct.
I love it. Okay, so you guys got 50K, then you guys invested. Now how many properties do you guys have?
We
Three.
have three currently.
I love it. And you guys have a little bit of a real estate background, right? So obviously Roberto comes from the military background, but you, Genesis, come from the actual property
Property
management.
management. Yes.
Okay, good. And how's that been? How has it been like going from like obviously you working and doing property management for someone else versus you doing it for yourself? How's that journey been, that transition?
The transition honestly hasn't been too bad because I have the experience of like dealing with all different types of people. It's just more long term because I work in an HOA. So it definitely, I think it's actually better because I'm dealing with people for a shorter amount of time versus the people that actually live here and like these are their homes. So it hasn't been too bad. I think it's just learning how to kind of read each person and like what energy they're gonna bring in or like how they're gonna leave their review, just trying to win them over to get like the full 5-star review. So I think that's what's been a little challenging because I'm like still learning obviously the community itself that we're renting from and stuff. But I mean overall it's been a pretty smooth transition. I don't mind dealing with people, so it's okay. It's just I guess figuring out like who it is that I'm dealing with for that short amount of time.
I love it. And you guys have three properties. How much money did you guys make in December? Because you guys just started like a month or two ago, right? So in December, total
Yes.
revenue, how much did that those properties bring you guys?
I would have to pull it up, but I want to say it was a little bit over 5 grand. I think it was like 5,300 and some change.
And that's pretty good, right? For a
Yeah,
first,
for the first month.
yeah. What are you guys on track to do in January?
Hold on, let me pull it up really quick.
By the way, just so you guys know, this market in January, well, December, everyone spends their money, right? Because everyone gets Christmas, holiday, so everyone spends their money. So I'm sure you probably saw in January, the calendar was pretty empty from like January 1st to January 14th. And now you're going to see it pick back up. Why? Right? Because now there's more money in the streets, right? In December, everyone spends their money. They go literally at zero. And now in normal jobs, they get paid on January 15th. So now people have a little bit of liquidity to go out there and travel. So now the economy, right? The market has more firepower, has more flow. So you guys are going to see the bookings start to go up. So, right. But what are you guys at right now?
Yeah.
January?
So right now we're at 3,000 for the month.
Yeah. And
That's
that's
like
normal.
total upcoming and stuff. But I have noticed that like for June, July, like the summer months, like we're already starting to get a lot of good bookings, which is a good thing. And I told you we had that one unit that I feel like was struggling like really bad in December, like it barely was getting any bookings. And I mean right now it's doing a little bit better. I think we're getting like a lot of those last minute bookings more than we are like the earlier ones. But it's going good so far, I would say.
The most important thing is to understand that this is a business, right? Every business has
Mhm.
business. A lot of people that get into the Airbnb space, right, think like, hey, I'm going to invest and I'm going to make money every single month, right? But that's not the reality of things, right? A lot of things come in factor, like especially here right now. What I've seen, right, from my portfolio, because I got a lot of properties in the same building, is very slow, right? But now it's starting
Mhm.
to pick back up. to now there's more money in the streets, right? Everyone's getting paid, now they're traveling and all that, right? So it's amazing. I love it. Now, what would you say to someone that's on the fence? Because there's a lot of people that are on the fence and they're like, look, I want to pursue Airbnb. What would you say to someone like that?
I mean, I would honestly say to just hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm getting another call.
No worries.
I would say to just pursue it. That if you're looking for the kind of like what we learned, like if you're looking for excuses, you're always gonna find them. It's just a matter of taking that first step. Because it's like you said, it's not always gonna be going up. Like there's gonna be the highs and the lows. It's just a matter of learning through the process, like kind of learning and growing as you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it's all
Def-
about. Go ahead.
definitely taking those bad experiences and learning from them. But like she said, just execute. There's a phrase out there: "Scared money don't make money." So if you sit there and find an excuse, you'll find one over and over again. So
That's it.
just executing is the best word I would say for this. Is just go for it.
And what I like about you guys is you guys do it together, right? I meet a lot of couples that either it's the girl or either it's the guy that they want to go out there, quit their job, do whatever, start their own business. But there's always that one person in the relationship that's like, no, don't do that. It's scary. Just stay with your job. It's going to be risky. Let's save money. But you guys, what I love about you guys is you guys were in alignment since day one, right? You guys started working together
Mhm.
since day one. It was never like, oh, she wants to do it. I don't want it. It was always like, hey, we're doing this together, which that's the best thing, right? Because as long as you guys keep on supporting each other, doesn't matter what happens in the game, right? You guys are always gonna push through, always push through, always push through, and that's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's also good because like I obviously have like the background of being in property management and Roberto doesn't so much and like I have the sales background as well. So I think it's also good because like we don't always agree on things. So it's like sometimes I'll give him my perspective and he'll give me his and like we kind of use those different perspectives to come up with like, all right, now how are we going to move forward? Like he gives me like a different perspective on things and it definitely helps.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best part, right? You guys working together and finding out
Mhm.
people's strengths and weaknesses. Like for example, right, we got funding for Roberto because he had the higher what was it, utilization? What was it? You had a higher profile, right? So we got you funding.
Mhm.
Genesis, we can probably get you funding as well another round, you know? So
Yeah.
that's the best part. So I love it, guys. So again, keep crushing it. It took you guys a little bit longer than expected, right? A little bit of hiccups, but at the end of the day, you guys got the goal, got the 3 properties, and I'm sure you guys are going to keep on scaling and scaling and scaling. And I love it. Let's rock and roll.